I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby, so.
So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
I didn't break the law. I'm not going to be found guilty of anything. This is a waste of time. If you guys want to know who I am, I'll tell you who I am. Okay. You want to know what I'm doing here? I'll tell you what I'm doing here.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to Newport News, Virginia, where we find a Frauditor who is served some summonses at his home. And he's none too happy. Of course, you can't really tell he's not happy. He seems to think it's a big joke. I wonder if he'll think it's a big joke when he goes to court. Well, we'll have to see about that, won't we? Sit back, watch, and enjoy!
I'm giving him his stuff.
A date with destiny. Why ain't gotta be all up by the door? It's just like Hauser, man. Back up. Back up. It's like you're gonna bust in here with your summonses. That's not funny.
I'm Lieutenant Ross. We spoke on the phone.
Yeah, we did.
All right. So I have 3 summonses.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to give you your copies of the summonses and
Excellent.
copies of the probable cause statement.
Excellent. I've been served by a lieutenant for some class 3 misdemeanors and a traffic infraction. I'm gonna be requesting your body cam video too, Corporal Blanks. Isn't it weird that class 3 misdemeanor and traffic infraction summons would pass through the hands of an internal affairs lieutenant? Isn't that weird? Sounds like intentional retaliation on the part of the Newport News Police Department working hand in hand with your Percosa. I know you guys don't like bad words and abusive language. It's like if I called you a fucking pig or something right now, all of a sudden you could go down there and whine to the judge about it.
So here we have another cop hater who doesn't respect authority figures, but he wants everybody to respect him. Hey moron, I know you're going to watch this video because I got under your skin with the last 2 videos I put up of you. So, if you want respect, you give respect. That's how it works, sweetheart.
Would you do that? No?
Not me personally.
No? Well, it seems like a lot of people in your department would. But then again, Hauser's not here anymore, so you see how that worked out for him.
And he was in his official vehicle, so...
So now you got a York Percosa Sheriff deputy speeding off duty on Atkinson Boulevard with his child in the car, and I call him out on it, and he goes and takes out charges. Isn't that grand?
I don't know anything.
Yeah, I know. You know, no, you can't speak on other officers anyways. Don't worry, Hairston's seen the video. Go ask him about it. I'm sure that's what happened. You guys probably put the bug in his ear as soon as Kelly King, because she follows my YouTube channel. So Kelly King, I'm sure, saw it, and then she went ahead and let York Percosa know, you know, he's on good behavior. Go ahead and issue some summonses so we can get his ass locked up. Well, that ain't gonna happen.
Again, I don't know what transpired.
Yeah, no. And they just drag you along anyway. It's just another gun, just in case. Just another case.
So what we have here is another smart-ass frauditor attempting to predict the future. I'm not going to get locked up. With that smart mouth and that smart, cocky attitude, it's only a matter of time until you get locked up, sonny boy, and we're gonna be waiting. I hope it's sooner than later.
A lieutenant delivering summonses. This is what we pay $80,000 or something a year for. Deliver paperwork. Plus benefits.
The court date listed on here is for November 28th.
Oh, dang.
At 8:30.
All right. Alrighty, November 28th. Look, they work quick when they want to get you to court. You know, if you're under prosecution by the chief, it could take as long as 4 years to get to court. But some little bitch-ass baby York Percosa sheriff runs his mouth about somebody calling him out for breaking the law, and immediately we can get a court date in like 3 weeks. Isn't that amazing? This is a probable cause statement, though, so I can't wait to see what deputy said we did to him.
Excellent. And I'll start going down my chain of commands to places that I can deal with him.
Hurting his feelings officially.
Yeah, there's a probable cause statement.
They're fine. They're just standing there.
Well, she
Came all up on the
yeah, she was all up on the
Hauser.
door like Hauser, hiding around the
They
corner.
owned every
This is the yahoo behind the camera. Handsome bloke, isn't he? Yeah, I bet his mama's so proud of him too, isn't she? And the voice you hear in the background is his wife. Oh, she's quite lovely indeed, isn't she? They make a perfect couple. They're made for each other. Till death do them part.
They think that they should be all up on your house. Right up at the door. Again, just like Hauser.
Hide around the corner.
No humanity whatsoever.
Well, you know, Hauser says this is public property. Of course, like I said, Hauser's been fired, so I guess he got that worked out for him.
I'm just keeping
It's private property all the way up to the street, but
they charged him with something about sirens that says explicitly is anything that's not the superintendent doesn't approve of.
OEM horn ain't going to pass that test.
So now he's saying that somehow I went out and bought a police siren or something.
All right. Here we got driving a motor vehicle on highways in the Commonwealth. Hold a handheld personal communication device. Oh, well, it was a camera, so it wasn't communication. So that one's gone. If I wasn't talking on the phone, then it ain't a communications device. Check.
I don't know what the laws are in Virginia, but I know here where I live that if you are holding a cell phone while driving, that's a violation. You don't have to be talking on it. Yeah, you just have to be holding it. That's a violation. Like most states are like that. You probably find a few exceptions, but yeah, good luck with that there, yahoo.
Oh, here's our probable cause.
Excellent.
He was having a conversation with his 11-year-old
Who didn't have a seatbelt on.
who didn't have a seatbelt on.
That he was speeding with him in it. I'm sure there's an agency that would be concerned about that.
He overheard another vehicle frantically start to honk its horn. Frantically. I rolled down my window to see what was going on to find out if the driver was honking at me to get my attention for a possible emergency. Yeah, you were speeding 45.
Oh, so he was in his official capacity.
No.
We're going to go back and forth. We're an official vehicle, but we're not official capacity.
He got busted speeding at 45 on a 35. You know, where Chief wants to step at that enforcement door in Atkinson, right? Guess you guys weren't there on the 26th. What's this one? In the presence of another, curse or abuse John Tracy or use violent abusive language to such person, concerning such person or any of this person's relations. Otherwise use such language under circumstances reasonably calculated to provoke a breach of the peace. Well, if he's a cop, he ain't the public, so I can't breach the peace.
What did this babbling buffoon of a bird brain just say? That would only make sense to another Frauditor. I swear, these guys are living in a different world altogether, aren't they? A parallel universe. Oh, by the way, Frauditor, free speech is only free up to a point. When you start putting that language in there like you normally do, man, you got a really foul mouth. Bad enough you kiss your wife with that mouth. I hope you don't kiss your mama with that mouth. Ooh, wee.
Oh, out the window. I guess nobody's heard about the Supreme Court saying that you guys have to tolerate more abuse than the average citizen.
We tolerate our share.
Yeah, I know, you have to. You don't have any choice. Over and over and over again.
Alright.
Alright, and the final one.
Any questions about the summonses that I can help you with?
And what's this one? Horn, exhaust compression, or spark plug whistle or horn, except as may be authorized in this title. Any such type of warning device as the superintendent may require a permit. Oh, so my OEM horn is totally legal. Okay, well, that one's out. So, I'm sorry that you had to waste your time coming over here to bring a bunch of summonses that are just going to get dropped because nobody has a case, but I appreciate your time.
Any questions?
Oh, I have lots of questions, but you don't.
answer.
Yeah, you don't have time to answer my questions.
Alright, thank you,
So, sir, anytime. Come back and see me whenever you'd like. Make up some, make up some more stuff. Tell Chief Drew I can't wait to take his retirement too when we get to appeals court. Little worm ass bitch. Oh no, I use abusive language in the presence of another.
Yeah, when you mix a smart-ass mouth and a cocky attitude, it's never going to be good for you, my man. It's always an uphill battle in life. You get a lot further if you try to be nice to people. Even if you don't like them, just be nice to them. At least you'll get what you want in the short run, right? I don't know about the long run. Yeah, I bet you were the school bully. Or maybe you were bullied, one of the two, and that's why you are the way you are now.
Oh my God. He's using his words. We got a gun, but he's using words. Sent a lieutenant and a corporal to bring some paperwork. She ain't got her own car. She had to ride with the corporal. Get the fuck out of here. Take your fucking paperwork.
He recognized you.
Oh, is that what he says? Look, defective equipment. Your third tail light ain't working. Better get that fixed. Yeah, you better use your turn signal. You know we're watching. Oh, man. So anyways, today, as you'll hear on the phone calls that I'm going to post here in a minute, I woke up this morning, another normal day. Excuse me, election day here in the grand nation of the United States. And somebody was running their mouth to Susie on her Facebook page and made some comment about some warrants or something. And Susan, for whatever reason, on a whim, decided to check the active warrants in Newport News this morning. And sure enough, there was 3 charges that have been levied against me that were taken out on the 4th of November, which is this past Friday. And one of them is using abusive language towards another.
Look at that face. The face that only a mother could love. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that either. But you can't use any type of language you want out in public. You're not protected by the First Amendment. Nah, it's not an absolute given. No, but look at that face. Oh, it looks like an egg. It's kind of shaped like an egg, isn't it?
The other one is using a handheld communication device while driving. And the third one is using a siren or a horn inappropriately. And as you just saw in the summonses, which apparently I don't have to sign, so they can just give you the summons, you don't even have to sign them. Those are the charges, and I was told when I called warrant control earlier that they couldn't give out the name of the complainants over the phone. That was their policy. It wasn't a law, it was their policy. And I spoke to that lady's sergeant, and he told me the same thing, and he told me the call was terminated. I was told that if I had any questions about it, to call my buddy Chair Bear Harrison down there at Internal Affairs, which I did. And isn't it weird that a lieutenant in the Internal Affairs Division would see 3 summonses, one of them for a Class 3 misdemeanor, which is not even an arrestable offense. The other 2 don't even list punishments under the code. But isn't that weird that a lieutenant in the Internal Affairs of the Newport News Police Department would see some bullshit-ass summonses come through his hands? Oh, that's right, it's because it's me. But anyway, so now we have 3 summonses and a probable cause statement. Come to find out, it was York-Poquoson Sheriff's Deputy John Tracy, who we accosted on 10/26 of 2022.
I wonder where this guy is employed. Or is he employed? Is he a full-time frauditor? Maybe that's why he's so pissed off. He's not making any money. Do you work, frauditor? What kind of work do you do? Oh, you let your wife do the working while you frauded all day. I gotcha.
But we caught him doing at least 45 miles an hour. He passed me on the right. When we pulled down to the bottom of the hill, I honked my horn at him and asked him why he was breaking the law. He admitted to doing 40 in a 35, which is already, that's going to be a problem when you go to court with dirty hands. You can't admit that you're breaking the law and then complain about somebody else breaking the law. But we know he was doing at least 45 by the way he came past us. And of course I called him a fucking pig, because that's exactly what he is. He's riding around off duty in a taxpayer funded vehicle with his child in the car, breaking the law. And now because I hurt his feelings in front of his kid, now he's gonna try and get me thrown in jail. Well, guess what, Deputy John Tracy? It's not gonna work. We just went through your summonses and none of it applies. You see, you're a police officer and the Supreme Court has ruled numerous times. The US Supreme Court has ruled numerous times that police officers are required by the very nature of their employment to tolerate more abuse than the average citizen.
So you think that because the Supreme Court ruled that you can just say anything you want to an officer of the law? Frauditor, you have serious anger management issues. What is it? What's your problem, Frauditor? And your boss, you don't like your boss, you don't like your marriage, you don't like where you live, all the above, and so you go take it out on law enforcement officers. Lovely. But you'll be the first one to call 911 if you need help, won't you? I know you would.
You can't complain about being the victim of abusive language. It just can't happen. And as far as holding a handheld communications device while driving, well, unfortunately, if I wasn't making a phone call and using it as a communications device, then it's just a camera. And it doesn't say anything about holding a camera while driving. And then the last part about sirens and horns, it says that if the horn that's being used is approved by the superintendent, which I'm going to assume that OEM horn in the Toyota Sequoia that is straight from the manufacturer is approved by the superintendent. So I guess that's just not going to fly. But it's not really about the charges that they're trying to levy. What they're trying to do is they are trying to use those charges to get me back in front of Judge Papil to try and get my good behavior revoked. Because they're going to do anything they can to put me in jail in the meantime, before we get to appellate court with Chief Drew. But it's just not going to work. So I've already called York Pocosin Sheriff's Office to make a complaint about this John Tracy deputy guy.
Yeah, Frauditor, sounds like you got 99 problems. Yeah, boy. This Frauditor makes problems for himself, though. Why is he concerned about a police officer who's driving 5 miles over the speed limit? It makes no sense to me, Frauditor. Why do you want to put yourself in harm's way? You bring all these things upon yourself, and then you want to blame the system. Yeah, you should blame your mama and daddy, because they didn't pay enough attention to you when you were growing up, and look how you've turned out.
So we will be following up with Ron Montgomery tomorrow and make that complaint. And we're going to deal with these paperwork today. And now that at least we know they won't be pulling us over and yanking us out of the car and serving me my Class 3 misdemeanor paperwork, at least we'll be able to work safely today. So that's the new news. Here we go. Scorpio rising. November starts, and so does the bullshit. So keep up, folks. Here we go.
Well, now, there you have it, folks. You heard what the YouTube attorney said. All those charges are going to be dismissed. Yeah, well, if you believe that, you believe in Santa Claus, too. Oh, yeah, he's coming pretty soon, isn't he? About another month or so? No doubt about that. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.